What? Yeah, what's the topic, baby?
I thought you knew the topic.
I don't know the topic, baby.
Am I supposed to know every topic?
No. Yeah, you should know, because how could we do a video if you don't know the topic?
Well, you're involved in it as well.
How about if we talk about
Relationships.
Yeah. Because I read a post in Facebook that he has a girlfriend, right?
Who's this? Who's he?
The foreigner has a girlfriend in the Philippines.
The foreigner?
Yeah.
What foreigner? Me?
No, not
I
you.
don't have a girlfriend.
No, not you. You're not just the only foreigner. There's an
There are other
expat.
foreigners?
There's an expat. I read a post. There's some. I don't want to mention because I've also forgot that. Once I read a post. I didn't read the person. What's the Facebook name? So I just read about that. He has a girlfriend, and they've been around, I think, a year or 2 years. Then he still didn't meet the girl, but they're always on Skype, you know.
So what you're saying is that there are, and I've seen a few of these where people have met on Facebook or online, and have never actually met in person.
Yeah, I met in person.
So, but then they can get quite heavily committed, even though they haven't met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of there are some that like that grow in that kind of setup, you know, and the relationship are built up in kind of setup when it's success. But it's just there are some that it works this way and sometimes it didn't work, you know, and it's just a matter of building the relationship and trusting. Put trust on it.
Do you think that you can build a relationship only by seeing each other on a screen, or talking on, texting on the phone or anything like that? Don't you think you have to be able to actually reach out and touch the person?
I think there are some that works on that way, but there are also that it didn't. But for me, just my opinion, okay? I think it's better if that person saw that person first. It's okay if 1 year contact each other, on Skype, but or in Facebook, in chatting, but let them meet after that, not 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, because it's been getting boring,
Yeah.
It's
been getting boring. It's been getting boring.
In other words, just have meet in person, because once you meet in person, it's only another way to saying that this person exists. This is real.
Well, isn't it one of those where you're supposed to like how the person looks?
Yeah.
You're supposed to like how the person smells.
Yeah.
You're supposed to like how the person tastes.
Yeah.
So I guess mouth to mouth and
Don't be nasty.
What? That's enough. I didn't say anything. I just said you're the one that was doing lip to lips on a breakfast.
But it's a fun thing.
So, kissing is a fun thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to like how a person looks with their clothes on, looks with their clothes off, how they smell, how they taste, how they move about, and I add to that my own requirements, where you have to like how they talk, and you have to like the speed that they talk at. For instance, it would be very difficult to have a good relationship with someone who speaks at a very, very different way or speed as you. mean, for instance, if you said, honey, what's the time?
10:40.
Now, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
But supposing you said, honey, what's the time?
10:40.
That might be a little bit too quick. Or, honey, what's the time?
Let me see. Let me check first. 10:40.
Now, you're not working out here, honey. I mean, we're role-playing now.
Oh.
And you're being yourself. I don't want you to be yourself. I want you to pretend that you're someone who is totally unsuitable for me.
Okay.
So I say to you, honey, what's the time?
10:40.
Ah! You see what I mean? I'm trying to rehearse her and she doesn't listen. Listen to what I'm saying, my dear.
Okay.
I'll pretend to be the other person as well as me.
Okay.
Honey, what's the time? Hello? Honey, the time? What? The time. What's the time? What, now? No, tomorrow morning. See what I mean? If the person is like not on the same planet when you speak, and your first communication is that they're being called back, like you say, what's the time? And then they're out there somewhere, and they come back, and then they finally land close enough to you to say, excuse me, and you say, what's the time? And they say, when now? You see, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The other one is when you say, honey, what's at 10:40? That's not going to work either, because they're finishing your sentences for you. Nothing is more infuriating, is it, my dear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot to think about. So what else about a relationship in your experience?
I think it's just a matter of respect, and trust. And when you feel that he's the one, then go for it, because it's just a matter of fighting for your loved one, right?
Could you be a bit more specific?
Like what? No, this is just on my own opinion, having a long distance relationship is not easy, right? Because you're not only building you're building the relationship, at the same time you try to put trust on it, that, and you also try to away from the temptation.
Well, I remember when we met, and you were supposed to call me back, and you didn't, and it was 1 o'clock in the morning or something, and I thought, well, this is no good. How can this work? I mean, she's out at 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, no, I mean, definitely not. What I didn't understand, and this is actually true, what I didn't understand was this whole thing about load. Now, in the Philippines, you have to have load. What is load? Well, it's that prepaid credit that you buy for your telephone and your cell phone. And so you go to a sari store and you say, can I have load, please? And they get like a little telephone out, and they take your number and they dial it down, and then they dial somewhere probably in cyber heaven, and you get 15 pesos of load.
Yeah.
And
I
remember I said to you, well, excuse me, but where the heck have you been?
Yeah, I remember.
And she said, I
just
couldn't
came
get
from
any
work.
load.
I was I think I out at 7 o'clock in the night. That's my out time. And then I texted, Terence asked me, are you going home? And I said, yes, I'm on the way now. Oh,
that's right.
I'm on the way. And then when I thought I still have load, so when I arrived in the boarding house, I don't have, I try to send, but I can't send because I don't have
She
load
doesn't have any
anymore.
load.
So I go down to the nearest sari-sari store and I asked if they have load, and they said, oh, we're out of load now. So I'm lazy to go farther, so I just sleep. You know, and it says...
You never told me this. This is new.
So
You said you had me with this wonderful vision of this dedicated woman tramping the streets at great personal risk to her own personal safety just to get load so she could call me and say, I love you.
So
But instead, you were snoring in bed.
So I go there. There's no load in the nearest sari store, and I
So you gave up, then
Yeah,
you
I
went
gave up.
just to
It's-
the nearest sari
I'm-
store, and then you gave up.
yeah. I just said to myself, oh, I just text him tomorrow morning. I'm tired to walk. I'm so tired of long day of work. So I fall asleep, and then in the morning, when I open my phone, a lot of text.
Where are you? What are you doing?
Where are you?
Why not?
Hey, where
haven't
are you now?
did
Why you didn't answer the phone? Is there
you-
something wrong? What happened? Beth, are you there? Han, are you there?
Yeah, and then don't call me. Don't call me ever again.
Don't call me ever again.
quite.
And yeah, I think you told me that, and I said to myself, okay, you know?
No, you didn't. You called me up and begged me to forgive you.
You don't be OA. I didn't do that.
OA? How can anybody say I'm OA?
So that's how it is. I think it's just a matter of trust to the person. You know,
Yeah.
put trust on it. Put trust on the relationship, respect, and prayers. You know.
But how do you know that you can trust somebody?
I think it's just if you this is the way. If you don't trust that person, the relationship will not grow up. And
But how do you know that you can trust them?
it's just a matter of instinct, you know.
Instinct.
Yeah.
So
And also knowing that person.
Knowing
the way
the
the way he talk, the way he behave in your front, and the way you observe when he turning his back.
when he's turning his back.
Yeah. In other words, when you go out together, and let him walk a little farther and see how he walk.
And you can tell if he's trustworthy on that.
I think it's just on the way he talk, on the way he behave, and on the way he communicate to you. You know, because if that person is caring for you, it means he care for you.
Well, there's a certain amount of logic in that.
Yeah.
If the person cares for you, it means he cares for you.
Yeah. And it's just a matter of
This is very profound, you know. isn't it?
yeah. If the person is care for you, it means he value you. He valued, and he want to grow the relationship. You know, so wherever the relationship is long distance or it's near, put trust on it. And besides, every relationship there's a failure, right?
There's a what?
There's some failures. There are some ups and
There's
downs.
some failures.
Ups and downs. It's just a matter of how strong you are to fight for it.
What about all of those incredible success stories that people write to us with?
Yeah, there are some.
You're not going to help me out and tell one of those incredible success stories?
Who is the best one?
Well, not to talk about the best one, but haven't we had stories where a person, say a man who's had a bad divorce or
Yeah,
something, you know, that his life hasn't gone that well, and then he makes it out to the Philippines, and he meets a woman who he really loves and who really loves him, and against all the advice of his friends, he gets married, and the next thing you know, that they have
a baby.
and
Wow,
a whole new life ahead.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Just brave. Go for it. Fight for it. If it's love,
Now tell me
Go for
something. Tell me something. How do you think a Filipina thinks differently to a Western woman about having a child?
Yeah, because for us, Filipina, it's having a child is a great blessings, you know. And aside from it looks handsome, looks beautiful, you know.
Oh, you're talking about a foreigner and a
Yeah,
Filipina.
foreigner and Filipina.
Yeah, you can have two fairly ordinary people, and they'll have a beautiful child.
Yeah.
If one is a foreigner and apparently if the other is a Filipina. But what do you think a Filipina thinks about having a child if, say in my case, not being morbid, but supposing I pop off tomorrow and you're left with a child, how will you think about that?
You have someone to have it, you know. Like, you have a companion, and that's the one that will give you strength to continue to live, you know.
So in other words, you wouldn't see a child.
Yeah.
If we had a child and I wasn't here, you wouldn't see that child as a burden.
No,
you would
no.
see the child as
An inspiration,
as
a gift,
as a
and,
resource.
Yeah, and as a resort, as a resource, and especially a jewel, you know.
A jewel.
Yeah, that will give you whatever circumstances that you're going through. Once you look the child.
Or an angel.
Yeah, thank you.
You always say.
Yeah, an angel that always enlight the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're praying for.
Yeah. And that's talking about our relationship.
Yeah,
isn't
our
it?
relationship.
That's our relationship.
Yeah, our relationship.
Yeah.
Relationship.
And I noticed when we were on the island today, we went to the island to see Grandma, and I noticed on the way back we were on a boat with a lot of other people, weren't we? And they're all talking and everything. Of course, I don't know what they're saying because I don't speak the language yet. My fault. But anyway, they're all talking. Did they accept that you were my wife?
Yeah.
Do you think that they had any problem with that? Any issue? Were they judgmental, or they just what?
I think there are some people that don't care about it, and then there are some people that
Do care.
yeah do care, you know. Like,
So some people are outraged, aren't they?
yeah. Yeah, but it's just a matter of understanding to them. Everyone has different opinion, and just if you hear something bad, pass it in the other side, and it will be gone
In one ear,
to another.
in one ear, and out the other.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Well, so that's relationships, and this has been a multitasking conversation. And what are you doing right now?
We're going to sleep now. It's 11
We're going to
o'clock.
sleep. What, at the computer?
No, we're going up.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Bye-bye, good night.
it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Right. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Hope you've enjoyed being with us for a little while.
Yeah.
And talk soon.